Hi everybody, how are we all doing? This is Mark here, and this is another helping of Comic Book Stew. If this is the first one you've seen of these, then go back and see the other four, because that explains everything. But if you don't want to go back just yet, basically this is a set of videos that I am doing to show you guys what comics I have in my collection, and they're really all over the place in my comic boxes. I do have a cataloguing system, which one day I will show you guys what I use to catalogue my comics with. And this is box 2, part 1. So you're seeing a brand new box with the start of this video. So this is Comic Book Stew 2.0, box 2.1. Okay, and first of up we have the first issue of the new series of Archer and Armstrong from Valiant Comics. If you're not reading anything from Valiant Comics, you really need to pick up some comics from them. Get the trades, or if you can pick them up, get the single issues, because Valiant are doing some fantastic work over there. That Archer and Armstrong is just a brilliant comic. It is one of the top 10 comics I get a month, every month. And it's one of the first. It's always one of the first few comics that I actually want to read straight away as soon as I pick it up on my collection. So, brilliant series. There's issue 2 with some great covers to these as well. Right, okay, this one is a bit of a peculiar one. Wow, I say peculiar. It's from a company called Blackout Comics. I have no idea how I got my hands on this. I think it must have been in a set of comics that I bought on eBay or bought somewhere. But it's Bad Girls of Blackout #1. I've checked on Mile High Comics, and from what I've seen, there's a #0 to this as well. But this was produced in the 90s, in the late 90s, when the whole bad girl hero was coming out. And yeah, I don't actually know if I've actually read that comic, to tell you the truth. I must have done. I've read all my comics, but I just don't. It just didn't really. Interesting cover, but other than that, not much else to say about it, I suppose. This next comic from Image was written by Thomas Jane, the guy who played the Punisher in the second Punisher movie, if you class the first Punisher movie being the one that was starring Dolph Lundgren. This is Bad Planet. From what I can tell, it was a great series, but this was the only issue that I picked up of this, unfortunately. I think it's a 6-issue mini-series, and I think I need to pick up the rest of them. If anybody else out there knows what this series was like, if it's worth picking up, then let us know in the comment section down below, and I'd love to hear from you. Right, next we have... Don't shoot me. In fact, the next 4 comics, don't shoot me on this. Next we have Badrock #1. This is cover A. And it's a Liefeld cover. Shock horror, I know. Yeah. This definitely was in. If you remember, I think it was about this time last year. There's a bookshop in the UK called The Works, and they were doing 2 comics for 99p. And I'm sure this was one of the comics that I picked up from their 2 for 99p bags that they had. Obviously there must have been another comic that came with this that I was after, otherwise I don't think I would have picked this one up with Liefeld's artwork on it. Next up, again, don't shoot me on this. This is a mini series that I actually enjoyed reading as well, so it just goes to show I've got nothing against the actual writer. But it's Ball and Chain #1 from Scott Lobdell, or Lobdell, however you pronounce his name. And I really enjoyed this. It's about a married couple that are going to get divorced, and then they acquire superpowers. But the only way their superpowers could work is if they're actually in close proximity to each other. So the further away they get, the less powerful they are, and the closer they get to each other, the more powerful they become. There's number 3. And there's number 4. And unfortunately, sorry, that's number 3 there. Unfortunately, I don't have number 4. It's one of those comics that I don't even know if it was actually released in the UK. But I know that when I was getting it from my local comic shop, number 4 just didn't turn up. So whether it was a low print run and they just didn't get it, or I don't know what happened to number 4, but I just haven't got it, unfortunately. So that's definitely one on my wants list, because I want to have this finished. Right, what else have we got? Oh yeah, another peculiar one from Serious Comics, Banzai Girl, number 4. Yeah, exactly. Issue 21 of Batgirl, and this one tied in with the event that was happening in, was it 2003? Hang on a second. Yeah, 2003, which was the Joker Last Laugh, which was where the Joker gets told that he has a terminal illness by the Arkham Asylum. Was it Arkham Asylum, or was it Blackgate prison he was sent to? I think he was sent to, if I remember correctly, he was sent to Blackgate prison because he was deemed mentally fit. So he ended up going to a proper prison, not Arkham Asylum. And the physician, his physician at Blackgate prison, told the Joker that he had a terminal illness and he was going to die, which made the Joker, instead of make the Joker feel depressed and horrible and upset about it, he thought, well, if I'm going to die, I'm going to take everybody with me. And this was the crossover that showed what the Joker did and how he made the the heroes of the DC Universe lives a complete hell and misery. It was a pretty good series, mini-series actually. The crossovers were hit and miss from what I remember. And this is Batgirl number 55. This is, oh, I can't remember her name. Kane's daughter. Yeah, that's her in the Batgirl outfit, the one that didn't speak, and then after a while she learnt how to speak and that. Yeah, her. She's in the Batgirl outfit of this series. And this is part of the War Games, which went through all the Batman titles in 2004. And this is Act 1, Part 6 of 8. There was 3 acts with 8 parts in each act. It went through every single Batman title: Catwoman, Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl, Detective Comics, everything. Batman, Legends of the Dark Knight as well. It went through all the Batman titles, and it went on for 3 months. And this was where Batman declared war on the criminals of Gotham City. There's number 56. And number 57. Sorry, the criminals of Gotham City declared war on Batman. Sorry, it was not Batman declaring war on Gotham City, on the criminals. And this one was the Batgirl from issue 2, sorry, of the Batgirl miniseries that came out in 2008, before the Stephanie Brown Batgirl series come out. And here we have Batgirl Annual number 1. Oh, these two I'm really happy about getting. This is probably the only time I'm ever going to own a copy of this in any way, shape or form. In 1999, 2000, 2001, DC Comics brought out, to celebrate the millennium, they brought out a set of comics. I think it was about 65 to 68 comics, I think it was. And they were specially selected comics by members of the DC staff, and also voted on by fans of DC Comics as well. And they were called the DC Comics Millennium Editions. And they reprinted key issues from DC's past. Action Comics #1, Superman #1, Superman #231, which was the first appearance of the sand creature that leached Superman's powers off in the 70s. Yeah, Justice League #1, the Keith Giffen and DeMatteis era of Justice League from 1986, 1987. There was loads. Towels Calculated to Drive You Mad, which was the first issue of Mad magazine. They reprinted as well. There was loads. About 65 to 68, I think it was, comics that they reprinted in the end. And this is one of them. Batman #1. Fantastic. Like I said, this is probably going to be the only way I'm going to actually be able to own a copy of Batman #1. But it gets better than that, because there were certain issues that they produced. I know there's going to be some people going, oh no, not this, but there were certain issues they produced that were chrome covers as well, and I've got some of them and all. And there you go, Batman #1 chrome cover. Look at that. Isn't it a thing of beauty? So yeah, so I don't think I've got all of these Millennium Edition ones. I think once I get a couple of the comics that I'm after to complete sets that I've got here, I think I might go back and see if I can pick up all the Millennium Editions, I think. So here we go. These Batman comics I show you in here, I have got a load more Batman comics than this. This is just all the Batman comics that are in this box. Okay, so we have Batman #427, part 2 of A Death in the Family, and I don't have part 1 of this. I am missing Batman 426. I have no idea why. I thought I actually had a copy, but I don't. So yeah, but I'll probably be able to pick one up. I'm sure I'll be able to get one somewhere. And we've got Batman 428. Can you guess what happens in that issue? And Batman 429, which is the final part of A Death in the Family. Now, as a story arc that happened after A Death in the Family, we have a story arc that crossed over with Teen Titans of the time, and it was A Lonely Place of Dying. And I've got the Teen Titans issues, I just haven't got them in this box. So we've got Batman 440, and this one really showed the link between Two-Face and Robin, Dick Grayson Robin. 441, and we have 442, which is the final part of Lonely Place of Dying, and that's Tim Drake in the Robin outfit there. I think 441 was the first appearance of Tim Drake in the Batman in the Robin costume, I think. Anybody want to clarify that, please feel free to do so in the comment section, that'd be great. But as far as I remember, Batman 441 was the first appearance of Tim Drake in the Robin outfit. Okay. So we'll take them back. Are you ready for some more Batman, are you? Because I've got loads. You probably saw my pickup video yesterday. Was it yesterday? Or is it the last video I did, the haul video that I did? I showed you I got issue 498 and 499 of Batman, which was part of the Nightfall crossover, where Batman had his back broken by Bane and all that. And I used to have every single issue of that. Well, this one is issue 500 of Batman. And that's obviously part 19 of Nightfall, where the Jean-Paul Valley Bat, as it was ended up being known as, beat the 7 shades of doo-doo out of Bane. And then we do a massive jump huge jump in numbers to Batman 593, and this was part of the All Out War, Our Worlds at War crossover event that happened. Oh, when was this? In 2001, I think, in DC Comics. Yeah, 2001. And this one and Batman 594 was the only 2 issues of Batman that crossed over with that event. Do you see what I'm saying? What a big DC fan I used to be about 2 years ago. I used to be a huge, massive DC fan. Nearly every single comic DC was bringing out, I was buying. And we've got Batman 596, which also crosses over with Joker, Last Laugh. And then we've got 597. And then Batman 600, which was the first part of Bruce Wayne Fugitive, where Bruce Wayne, for the umpteenth time, from what I can remember, was framed for a murder that he didn't commit. And so Bruce Wayne had to go on the run whilst Batman tried to solve the mystery of who the actual murderer was, to clear his own name, or Bruce Wayne's name, from the murder. We got Batman 606, which was written by Ed Brubaker, and 607, another Brubaker story. I don't have 608, unfortunately, because when 608 came out, that was the first part of the Hush storyline, written by Jeff Loeb and drawn by Jim Lee, and that just sold like hotcakes. It just disappeared off the shelves before you could even say, oh, you've got a copy of Batman number 608. So I don't have a copy of Batman 608, but I do have 609, 610, 611, 612. I also picked up the sketch variant of 612. And then, for some reason, I don't have 613 or 614. I think it was. Again, it was one of those ones where something happened in those 2 issues. I think 613 had the Joker in it, and that one just went off the shelves as well as quick as it was put on them. So we've got 615, and then I'm missing 616, 617. 618, and then we have 3 copies of 619, which is the last issue, the last part of the Hush story arc. That's the Heroes cover. Let's see if I can get, because there's more to that cover than you can see there. We have got loads more to that cover that you can see there. I'm wondering if that actually come up on the screen. You've got, oh, Mahusiv Rat. There you go. So that's what's known as the Heroes cover. And we're very, very careful we put it back in the sleeve. I'm going to do the same with this one now, which is 619, which is the Villains cover. And I'll take that one out and show you guys as well what it looks like. Ooh, shazer. It's okay, the comic's okay. Whew. There you go. And these are gorgeous covers by Jim Lee. Absolutely gorgeous covers. I've got nothing wrong with Jim Lee's artwork at all. I think he's a brilliant artist. Absolutely fantastic artist. He just can't design for toffee. he can draw like amazingly. His artwork is just brilliant. His designs are terrible. So 619, and this is the, I don't want to say second print, but it's the, I've been told it's the newsstand version, but it's got direct sales there, so I can't see why it would be the newsstand version. But that's, we'll say the second print of 619. That's the last issue of Hush. We have the next 620, which is the beginning of a story arc called Broken City, which was written by Brian Azzarello. And then 621. 622. And 623. And then finally for this video we have 624 and 625, which is the final part of Brian Azzarello's story arc. I think it's the final part, yeah. Yeah, it's the final part of the Brian Azzarello's Broken City. So there you go, that is part 1 of box 2 for what comics I have. Not bad going. I think I've only got about another 148, possibly even more than that, to go for you guys to see. So hopefully that won't be boring for you. And that's 4 videos for each box. So that's another 148 boxes. So that's, yeah, a fair few videos. I think this is going to take a long time to do these. So thanks for watching. Hope somebody out there enjoyed that. If this was the first time you've watched one of my videos, glad you came along and joined the fun. If you haven't subscribed yet, please feel free to subscribe down the bottom. If you want to leave a comment, if you have any other information about these comics that I've shown here that either I haven't said or I've said wrong, or you know something else that I don't know about the comic, I'd love to hear what you guys have got to say in the comment section. Please put your comments down below. If you liked this video, thumbs it up. Oh, I love seeing green thumbs up. But if you didn't like the video for whatever reason, feel free to thumbs it down. But if you do thumbs it down, say why you thumbs it down, because that's the only way I'm going to learn how to make better videos for you guys to enjoy more. So that just leaves to say thank you for watching again. Take care. Enjoy the comics that you read. And ta-ta for now.